What's going on, everybody? Today I will be covering a basic intro video for the game Final Gear. So today I'm just going to be giving some basics and how to begin the game. For starters, will be your home screen. Once you go through the story, it's been some time since I've been through it. You will start with some pilots. Some of the note pilots that you will start with will be Snowy, which is a great support. On a later video, I will obviously go more in depth with the pilots, but for today, I'm only gonna cover some of the basic pilots that you will be able to attain them for free just from logging in monthly. Now, keep in mind, this game, it's not a game where once you get an SSR, you'll be able to stump through the content. No, once you pull a character, you have to subsequently pull them to be able to make them stronger. So, this will be your screen on where you will see the map. On this map, once you click right here on expand mission list, you will be able to see important quests. Because I'm level 60, I have all the quests or the instances to be able to do for certain pilots. Some of the ones to note that are really popular due to certain gear and certain pilots to get the full kit will be the top three, which one is for Lei, Via Rate, which is the second one, and Elizabeth, which will be the third one, the top to the bottom, the top three. So I know it's a basic video and some of the items that will be covered, I will try not to go too in depth, but there's a lot going on the game itself, and to get some of the squats and everything, it might become a little overwhelming. But with time, I will make more videos and go more in depth in some of those items, like going in depth into some of the pilots themselves, how some of the pilots work with other teams, certain teams, how to evolve, how to make their skills evolve their skills, and things of that nature. I'm just doing a little showcase of some of the good pilots that we have so far out. Some of them take some time to acquire. Some of them are just on past events, unfortunately, hoping that they will re-release the event. So, for starters, this will be your lobby, and you will have obviously your menu on all the missions. Oops, sorry about that. All your menu and how to go around to all your different locations. The VR exercise, I will obviously go into a further video another time, but just to cover the basics, this area, all it gives are training materials for you to be able to increase the talents on your pilots. This little icon on the bottom right hand corner that says talent, once you're in here, you'll be able to use those materials to actually evolve or increase the talents of your pilots. That's what that little quest gives you. Supply prep, which I will highly recommend that you try to farm the highest level you can, all three entries. So if you notice right here, it says rewards times 0. You can, I've already done them for today, but you can plus them up and then go through the dungeon once. Again, in another video, I will go more in depth on the little loot table and each individual different day and everything like that, and give you also strategies and how to beat each individual one. Same with the combat training. They can be overwhelming, but don't lose hope. With time, you'll be able to acquire different pilots and different mechs to be able to help you progress through these items. Obviously, as you can see, Depth C6, which those will be some very popular videos, are extremely hard to do. Now, to just cover basics on the conflict zones. So you get 2 entries a day. Obviously, once you go in here, you can see all the supports from the actual server. It only shows a few because those are the only few that are active at the moment. And here you get to fight a boss. Again, I will also cover it in another video to go more in depth with strategies for all the actual 3 different, with the 3 different variations of your conflict zones for all the different bosses that are available for you to fight. And obviously I will go in the exchange which ones should be prioritized to spend your resources. As you can see in the top right hand corner are the resources that you earn from beating those bosses, and also more strategies and how to maximize sort of your resources on the conflict zones. So on this page, on the pilot page, you can obviously click through your pilot, go through all the different areas, training, and how to level them up, which you can do them individually or slow grind. I will later on cover a full video on how to maximize or best level your pilots themselves, due to the fact that some of these resources are not very, you can't attain them extremely fast versus all the pilots that you're going to have. If you want to level every single pilot, that's gonna take quite a while. So there'll be some strategizing, some thinking on your part. Obviously, I will just give you some basic information and you will decide what you will do with that information. I can make some recommendations, but again, at the end of the day, it's your game. You play it how you want. You play it how you like it. You will have some preferences in different mechs versus what I have versus to the person left and right has. So always keep that in mind. So now that we are on the pilot screen, as on the bottom left hand corner, you can see short range, which those will be your melee mechs or your melee pilots. So some of the melee pilots, which I will cover one of the pilots that a lot of people will recommend, because on the China server it's a very popular and very strong pilot, will be Blade. Blade, it's a very strong single target damage dealer. So for her mech, if you would like to see it that you don't have it, you can click on bio, and every time a character has a personalized mech, you can see it on this page. So right here on modified, you bring them up in star levels. What's very important about star levels, normally when you draw a pilot, it will always be out a 3-star pilot. Now how rare the pilot is will be on the bottom left hand corner. My Blade has been evolved from a SR to a SSR. So it starts as a SR, and evolving it, which will be on this page, I will show you where you can get some of the evolving materials for that. which is on the conflict zone exchange. Right here, this is why leveling up the stars, as you can see, mine is only a 5-star. 5 stars leveled up the attributes of the pilots, and by unlocking 4-star and 5-star, you will be able to get the skill number 3 and 4. I chose not to go with a 6-star blade just because I didn't have enough of the sequences. You can acquire sequences as well by acquiring sequences coins, and you can buy them. But as you can see, it takes 10. So here is where the grind of the game begins. If you would like to level the character up to 6 stars, you always have to keep in mind, right here on this page, there is a bottom right hand corner. It tells you talents. When you click in talents, as you can see right here, you need those sequences to increase the talents. Some of these talents are very important for certain pilots. So like right here, you can see the unlock talent point boost, what it gives you on stats. As you can see right here, it tells you the properties and the passive skills. So I don't have her leveled up pretty far. Mine is only at level 8 on the talents. What we're gonna do is we're gonna see what it looks like when they are maxed out. These are all the boosts you'll be able to acquire on this pilot once you level up all the talents to level 10. And you see right here, it has a passive skill. You can pause the video, you can read it, but the basic of it is whenever she does her special, she will increase her damage. So we're gonna back out of this. Now, for the evolution materials, like I mentioned before, you can acquire those on the conflict zones, and it takes quite a bit to be able to level them up. Again, later on in a different video, I will cover up once I saved enough, and I do it slowly, take notes so I can compile all the information and provide it to everyone so they can see how many items does it take. So while we're on this page, you can see on the bottom right hand corner where it says fondness. Fondness is basically how the pilot likes you. But here's the thing about the fondness, right? It's very important to level them up. Why? Because you'll be able to acquire all of this bond rewards. So unfortunately, I have her already leveled up. Let me see if I find someone that I don't have on the fondness leveled up at all, so I can show you a little better what does it look like and some of the bonuses. So right here, which it's very important because you have to pay attention on what the bonuses are for some of the pilots, because they do offer sequences. Why that's important? Because you don't want to spend resources on getting sequences when you will already be getting some from leveling up the fondness. That's why that comes in handy, because you can also see right here, to be able to level up your skills, you will get the system upgrades, and 20 of them. Might seem like a lot, but it's not quite. And all these other goodies that you'll be able to get, which are, and the most important one will be your crystals, which is a resource to buy certain things in the game. And the coins too are nice, because you can run out of that very quickly. Again, right here, you can train the character, but I choose not to for now. I'd like to save. That's just my play style. You could be spending yours. I like to save them for whenever I get a pilot that I really like and really need. I will use them on that. Then whatever is left over, I will slowly level up pilots. So in order for you to level the fondness, you will go right here, send gifts, and always pay attention the boost that it gives to that pilot. If you go down the list, you notice that some of these items do not have any percentages written on them. It doesn't give any boost. This one will give a plus 50 point. It gives you 50 points plus a 25% on top of that. You can, right here, the evening dress, we're gonna give her 1. Wait, before we do that, notice right here on this line, tells you 50. We're gonna give her 1. There you go, got the gold, and it went up 63 points. So, slowly it adds up, because you'll be able to get those 200 crystals and all the sequences, but then again, look how many pilots we have. We have a bunch, and if each one of them gives 200 crystals, don't you think that we'll be able to have quite a bit of free crystals just by spending the items on the fondness correctly? So always keep that in mind. That's why it's good to get informed and have some strategies when we do certain things. Now I kind of went a little bit in depth into the pilots, not fully. Later on, we're going to cover and each individual pilot, what are my opinions on them, and things of that nature. All right, so on the hanger, we're gonna go on the beautiful hanger. We're gonna cover some of the basics on how to set up a lineup, what's good, what's not so great in certain situations, because all situations are different. So right here, as we can see, on my main lineup, I have Liangle, and she is a tank. She offers defense for the entire group, which comes in handy. So as you can see, where it says team strength, that is total sum power of the entire team. Yeah, my team it's 348,000. If you're starting, you think that is a very high number. I have seen in some of the Chinese servers one single command or one single pilot fully geared up, almost 1,000,000 power. So that just to show that I am not like extremely strong in this game. I've been playing it, pay attention, do some reading. I like the game. Mechs are awesome. I'm not sure what you think about that, but I think mechs are awesome. So, right here, as you can see, we're gonna show you Snowy. Why Snowy? Because she is a great support. So you can see right here, click this button. This is what her mech will normally look like. You notice that I can make it in a different shape. When you have characters that do that have that capability, that's only attainable when you have the full kit. We call them kits. The full mech kit for that pilot specifically. These are all her mech pieces, and you're able to activate her mech. A lot, like so far, every single pilot that I own, with exception of one for certain reasons, which I will cover later on, and that will be Shimli, which is a healer. All of these pilots, their base mech are very important because of the extra stats and the extra attacks that they do and how they interact with the actual battle. For example, Snowy, when she uses a regular weapon, she doesn't do as many attacks. She only does like 2 or 3. When she uses her actual mech, she will launch 6 missiles at the enemy and then reload, which is a huge difference. And then when she does her special, it lasts about 2 to 3 seconds longer, and it puts a debuff on the enemy that the enemy takes more damage. The enemy takes more damage after her skill has hit. And look at that right here. We can read the passive skill, Pure of Heart. Snowy standard attacks have a 30% chance of boosting critical damage by 40% for 15 seconds upon hitting the target. Does not stack and cannot be refreshed. Also keep in mind, this is when it's only level 4. Right here, the passive skill, Little Angel. Snowy critical hits from these standard attacks have an 11% chance of allowing the teammate with the highest attack to ignore the enemy defense for 15 seconds upon hitting the target. Does not stack and cannot be refreshed. Why that last sentence? I tried to reiterate it and make it really important. Sorry about that. It's because you don't want another support pilot on your lineup. Those abilities do not stack, so you will be wasting a slot on a pilot trying to do the same debuff. It just doesn't work. And right here, she boosts a random stat for all teammates for 10 seconds when Snowy is on the battlefield. So that is how much she levels them up. And right here, it's level 4. Let's say I want to try to take it to level 5. I will always click right here where it says level 5 to see what is the actual boost. As you can see, the damage, it was 16%, the crit chance 12%, and evasion 12%. And obviously you can see all the other numbers. When I click on level 5, this is what it'll look like at level 5. So the damage, crit, and evasion went up just by 4% each, and the crit went up by 8. So was the accuracy was at 24. I was at 32. Crit damage was at 36. Now at 48, which is a 12%. And a drain. And the drain went up from 1.8 to 2.4. Yeah, she slowly drains some HP. It's not like extremely a lot to help her survive all the battles. Like there's some battles that she would just get straight up almost one-shotted. Oh. Hopefully you guys didn't see that. That was from actually one of the Facebook channels for the game, where we are trying to keep in touch with each other, ask questions and things like that. Right here, this is her main skill. This is her ultimate. That's what I'm gonna call them. And she launches an array of homing missiles, dealing a total of 1,715 damage to enemies within range, and increase their damage taken by 5% for 10 seconds. Boost crit chance for all allies unit by 5% for 10 seconds. Energy cost 5,700. So, because this character was a very, very beginning character, it doesn't have, you don't fully have to have her kit to make those skills work. Now, I will show you a character where having the actual kit matters. Let me see if this one, if it loads. Eloise specifies it. Nope, doesn't either. Elizabeth, who she is, another great supporter and a good damage dealer. Unfortunately, I don't use her a lot, but she's pretty good. Let me go back actually to the good old Blade. So Blade right here. See, she enters her sword dance. Nope. Oh man, I'm failing here. Normally some of these pilots, it'll tell you specifically with the kit on their having their mechs. It actually gives right here with our Trita, treat her as a sniper. She's a great DPS. Unfortunately, I only have the pilot. I don't have her mech, and it makes a huge difference because she's a tier 1 pilot. When I say tier 1, there are a list of tier ratings for pilots on the China server, because the game has been out over there for a lot longer than on the US, at least on the NA server, which is the server that I play on. So right here, as you can see, additional effects up on custom mech suit activation. The laser drones that she uses on her special attack a random target, dealing 116% damage. And you can see clearly that just having her mech itself, she does more abilities, or her attacks does extra. That's why it comes in very handy. Plus, some of them look amazing. Anyway, I went to a little sidetrack there, and just some basic information in regards of some of the pilots and some of their kits. We're back out of here, and we're gonna go back into the battle tab. On the battle tab, we have some of the events. Right here, you will see some quests and some of the events that tells you that you have to do a personal story quest. At least on the beginning quest, that you get some of the goodies, some crystals, and skill books and things like that. You will have to do one of these personal stories for Evelyn, or the personal story for Margaret. I highly encourage that you see look at the cutscenes and read some of the stories. They're actually pretty interesting and a little dark. They get pretty cool. Plus, the animation, I think it will be pretty cool if they actually release some anime content for this game, because some of their little clips look amazing. And right here, the most painful thing, because as you can hear, the volume does not disappear. That's great. We got bugs everywhere, by the way. Hopefully. There you go. We made it shut up. That is great. Oh, by the way, even if I lower the volume, I turn off the volume, that will continuously go off. It's ridiculous. We all hate it. We know about it. It's dumb. But let's just bear with it. There he goes again. Right here, this is the All Painful War. On this place, you can do... Go back. Well, it doesn't let me go back anymore. But right here, this is where you test your metal with all of your pilots. We'll give you a little showcase of what the floor 74, as you can see right here on the right hand tab. You can see it says Eve of the National War. See right here some of the rewards that you get daily. Make sure you daily enter this place and collect those rewards. They add up for you to be able to spend them right here. Here's where you can attain Blade. It costs 2,000 coins on the war coins. That's a lot. You have Blade, Chalice, and Garen. Is Chalice and Garen really good? I do not know, because I personally don't use them, but these three pilots with Liangle combine into a giant blue mech. You can YouTube some of those videos. I do not have her complete to be able to show it off, but Blade, it's one of the best single target DPS that are around and are easily, the more easily attainable characters in the game, because you can farm her. It takes a long time, don't get me wrong. It takes some other pilots to be able to get her, but she is indeed quite good. And right here, I will give you a little showcase of what floor 75 boss looks like. Most of my commanders are dead, so I'll be able to just use these ones. You notice right here, I just randomly chose 4, no real tank, because I've already ran out of all my good pilots. Team strength on this page, that's irrelevant, and you will see why. And we're gonna confirm. So before I continue on, if you notice right here, it has on the center, it has a challenger. Twice a day, you will be able to fight a challenger on this page. And then later on, obviously, I'll be able to talk more about this event. But for right now, I'm just gonna give you a little showcase of how miserable and ridiculous this place is later on. Just for the fact that I know a lot of players get stuck on the floor 10. But I don't know how terrible it is once you come up here to the higher level. Yeah. Oh, there's one. Obviously I'm playing it on auto. I can run around and maybe do a little more damage. But if you notice her health is not even moving. I like that animation. And I like those now. Russian ingenuity right there. This is Shimily. Mine is not level up, unfortunately. And there goes Natasha. Viore. She's actually pretty decent. All right, so as you can see, not a very nice place. I could revive all, but I'll save that for another video. You guys can see my harder hitting commanders and things like that. Also, hopefully you get to see this video before it happens, but every Monday the health of the boss resets. So if you're struggling on a floor and you have to do a ton of damage and you only have so many mechs that can actually do damage to the boss, I'll behoove you to start saving your revive. Like if I revive today and I don't play tomorrow, I'll be able to use all my lineup and then revive them again and use my lineup again. But obviously later on, I will go more in depth on strategies, tips and tricks on how to attack the war. But for now, we're gonna continue on. On recruits, this is where you can recruit some pilots for free. Not quite free, really. You need these licenses, which are the standard referrals, which you obviously by doing dailies, doing events, things like that, you get them for free. And right here, as you can see, the loot table, we're in Kenga region. Right here is Arita region, Hexo region, and Delta region. So each region has a different pilot that you can view what that affects. When you click it here on the question mark, it tells you that the rate for view rate is up. It is up by 0.04% higher than all the other SR pilots. So keep in mind, it's not like, you will always constantly get them for free. Maybe your RNG is good, mine is not. And you can see the percentage at what base those they drop down on for the pilots. So each region, so we were in Kega region, you can see view rate was 0.45. We're in the Arita region, and you can see Kobayashi, her percentage went up and view rate went down. There you go, simple explanation. Normally what I do, but this is my personal opinion, I go on Hexel region to get more pulls on Snowbee. Once you pull her again, you'll be able to get a sequence to be able to level up, to be able to, crap, hold on 1 second, right here on your modify, to be able to modify her on stars. Not evolve her, modify. It's two different things. Evolving her raises her SSR status, you know, from SR to SSR. And modify raises their star increase attributes. Evolving does as well, but for the pilots that you're able to evolve, obviously we can't evolve Snowy, but we can modify her. And later on, don't get too excited if you start pulling her like, you know, 15, 20 times, because all of those sequences will be used on the talent tree to make your character stronger. So look at that. I have another one, so I use it right there. Don't have any more left. Now I can move up to the next floor. Click on auto unlock. It basically does all of the items that I can do. It shows all the sequences that I need for each step individually. These are all the items that I will need. I'll click unlock. Again, not enough materials or conditions are met to unlock. So the auto train has stopped. And it's because I don't have 2 more sequences to be able to unlock that talent. And 1 more for this one. So I will need 3 more pulls on Snowy to be able to maximize this floor, which there are 10 floors, talent level 3 out of 10 on the right hand corner, top right hand corner, to be able to move on to the next floors and so forth. So it is a bit of a grind, but patience. So we're here, we're gonna cover developer quick. Now that I have all my parts developed, get that. On this, you know, parts like this, basically on this page, you will be making parts. So keep in mind, on the top, it tells you Refined Research Lab has a chance of obtaining certain custom suits. As you can see on the little picture, you have the different pilots that you'll be able to obtain. If you click on the question mark, it shows you at what percentage the drop rate comes out. Now, on the bottom of these 2 tabs, you have a level up bar. That bar is actually for at what point you will be guaranteed an SR part. And these parts, every time you dismantle like normal items or like rare parts, you will start getting a ton of these. Like I hardly use them. So what I do though, right here on this page, when you do this page, they're just random parts. On the bottom one, you can put blueprints, but I recommend you not to use these blueprints. Later on another video, I will explain more into detail and tips and tricks on this page, how to make it work. I will cover the dismantle page, which ones to and not to dismantle, and the custom mech page. But for now, we're gonna move on. The Phoenix, I will not even cover it on this point, just because when you're starting, you won't even have it unlocked until you level up. But this video has also gone long enough, so I will leave it. I'm gonna end it up with this. Every day, make sure you complete your daily task. Why they are important? Some are more important than others, at least on the supply prep stage. To be able to obtain this item right here, let me see if I can find it. You will obtain the daily request box. On this daily request box, you'll be able to get 100 crystals plus, although it says coin. Right here, I'm gonna open one. These are all the items that you get from each box every day. 100 crystals plus a box of 150 crystals. So that's 250 crystals a day for free, plus standard referrals for just from doing quests. Now, I'll leave you all with that. Hopefully, I've put out some good information, and you'll be on the lookout for more videos. Have a good one.